What's up, guys? Thank you again for joining us here at TGeekdom. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And with that, we're moving on to Krypton Season 2, Episode 5 recap. Picking up from last week, Seg, having escaped the mind-scrambling chamber, goes to see his son. Zod is cautious when Seg enters, but Seg is playing along as an obedient subject when, out of nowhere, Seg goes on beatdown mode, knocking the living hell out of General Zod. But, of course, this isn't all Seg. Yep, don't forget it's actually Brain Seg in control here, and the Brainiac portion wants to help, because I'm sure there's no ulterior motives. Back on Wegthor, Nyssa is found by the Sagittari and escorted back to the elevator to Kandor. She finds out she's responsible for not just the stopping of the rebels, but also their deaths. Now, she's a hero to the Sagittari. In the Outlands, Jaina and Dev try to recruit some castaways to help them go to Kandor and assassinate General Zod. Seems Grandma has had enough of her grandson, and he's going to get a whooping. It's a tough sell in this room, though. Anyone? Okay, I guess we'll just go alone. Brain Seg is large and in charge in General Zod's communications room and orders him to call off the assault on Wegthor, but conveniently there's one of those pesky solar flares. I guess we'll just have to wait. So it seems Jax is still a bit pissed that Val stopped her Codex bomb. Ever the moralist that he is, Val tries to appease her and tells her that if he can get Seg to talk to Lyta, maybe, just maybe, she'll help him expose Zod for the evil tyrant he is. Aren't they in for a big surprise? Dev and Jaina fail to recruit any help and take a lonely ride to Kandor alone. Lyta makes a very one-sided offer to the rebels, unconditional surrender. She promises that everyone will live and find great new places in Zod's new Krypton. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Lyta has drunk too much Kool-Aid. Val is surprised when he learns that Seg already contacted Lyta, and damn it, that didn't work. Well, it's on to Plan B. You know there's always a Plan B. And the Plan B is Jax. Let's just say if you were ever wondering how does Dev lose his arm and get an amazing Winter Soldier arm and Jax just got some weird robotic eye, well now you have your answer. It's a freaking laser beam. And she uses it to mow down all the Sagittari, and just like that the tables have turned. This allows him to take Lyta hostage. Jax, with a newfound bargaining chip, makes a call to General Zod. I have your mom, what are you gonna do? Unfortunately, Brain Seg sees this. He loses control, letting Zod grab the gun. Jax gives Zod an ultimatum: recall his troops from Wegthor or Lyta dies. Moralistic Val voices his opposition to Jax's plan, but Jax is done playing. She gives the order to have Val arrested, and just like that, the tides have turned on House L. She needs Val and respects him, but she must end this once and for all. Zod contacts Jax and tells her that all Sagittari are leaving Wegthor. She's going to hold him to that and will only release Lyta once they're all gone. Lyta looks a bit relieved, but maybe she shouldn't. I mean, her son is Zod, and I'm sure there's gotta be some trick up his sleeve. Zod starts knocking around Daddy Brain Seg and looks like he's about to kill him off. Seems he doesn't need his approval anymore. Adam and Kem are still prisoners of the Sagittari, who tells them they're to die if Lyta dies. He also is playing with Adam's Zeta Beam and about to accidentally activate it when in enters Nyssa to save the boys, killing the guard. She directs them how to get away back to the rebels. No, she's not going with them. She's headed to Kandor to get her son back. Somehow we doubt that's going to work out the way she thinks, but at least she redeemed herself, if nothing else, for a little bit. Back in Zod HQ, Brainiac pops out in a vision to Seg and tells him to get up and fight for their life. As he does this, Zod breaks the transmission with Jax and Lyta. Then the battle is on between Zod and Brain Seg, ending with Zod on top. Zod tells him, I don't need your approval anymore. But just then, Jaina and Dev enter, having gotten through all the guards. It's now a standoff. In a bold move, Zod throws a knife to try and hit Jaina right between the eyes, and Dev catches it with his Winter Soldier arm. Then Zod drops Seg and runs out of the room yelling for the guards. The trio follow after him. Quickly jumping back to Wegthor, Jax is not happy when Zod's transmission goes down. She states Lyta's not going anywhere, until they can verify the retreat of the Sagittari forces. Making their way out, our trio are encountering Sagittari, but Brainseg seems to have a sixth sense and is able to shoot at these Sagittari targets as soon as they jump out, several without even aiming. Dev and Jaina are puzzled, and Brainseg says, well, it's something I got out in the Phantom Zone, as they're in for the fight of their lives. They accept that explanation and move on. Brainseg tells them they need to go into the old Rankless sector and find some rebel hideouts he knows of there. On their way back to the rebels, Adam and Kem discover that rather than retreating, Zod amassed his forces in an underground mine and sent disguised rebels up into the freight elevator as a decoy. Jax is enraged and starts transmitting to Kandor just in time for our trio to see, as she slits Lyta's throat in front of all of Kandor. I thought she might dial up the laser beam eye and kill her that way, but a knife will do just fine. But did she really kill Lyta? Jax is the master of deception and disguise after all. I guess we'll have to wait till next week, as that's how the show ended. Thank you guys again for joining us again. This has been Krypton Season 2, Episode 5. We're exactly halfway through the end of the season. Please like this video, comment down below how you're enjoying Krypton so far, share the video, and of course subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.